Most designers and freelancers struggle with doing branding for themselves. They're not really sure how they should go about this. Should they call the business by their own name? Should they call it kind of an agency sounding like name? What should they do and how should they approach this? So in this video, I want to discuss this and kind of share my thinking around this and tips for how you should be thinking about branding and positioning your own freelance business. So I think the core issue here is that just like when I'm doing a branding project for my clients, and I've discussed this week, I'm not going to do a branding project without really understanding the strategy and the brand strategy behind it. Otherwise, I can't really do a good brand job. And I think that most freelancers don't really take the time to think and really understand their business strategy and their brand strategy. So I think not many people think about what is my core target audience. Which kind of customers am I really trying to serve? So, and by not doing this, by not limiting themselves to one specific type of customers, they're all around, they're very general. It's hard for them to know what a good customer is. They're asking questions like, oh, why my clients don't value design? That's because you don't have a target audience that values design. And so you really should take the time to think about this. You know, if a client would come to me, like a business, a company, would say, I'm not sure, like everybody is my customers. I would tell them that's a horrible decision and no business ever runs like this. And so you as a freelancer have to understand who your target audience is and kind of create the strategy in a brief so that it can inform the branding, because there are legit reasons for using your own name. There are legit reasons for trying to look like a big agency or actually creating a big agency, because obviously huge clients don't want to work with a small freelancer. They want to work with other agencies. And so if you want to work with huge customers, perhaps you should be building and positioning yourself as an agency. But that really depends on who you're trying to work with. For me personally, for example, I understand that a lot of the value that I provide is the service of really working with me and the kind of attention and service that I can give as a person. And so using my own name, by the way, I don't use Flux for my design business. All my designers, all my design clients know me as Ran, and that's it. They don't even know what Flux is. And so I don't use any other name for my freelance business. I just go by my own name. And that helps to communicate. My website is ransegal.com, and it just says my name and the services that I provide. And so the clients know that they'll be working with me, with a person that, those are my, strengths and weaknesses, but that's who I am. Other clients would rather work with an agency, and so they might not even look at, services that are named by the person. They would only look for agency sounding names. And so again, I think that it really depends on who you are and understanding what's your core value proposition. Again, my core value proposition is the service that I give, working collaboratively with my clients, and I'm just one person, and I'm working with them, and I'm going to sit in their team and help with them. If you have a different value proposition, which might be that you have a team, that you have, a big network of creatives that you work with, there might be a lot of different value propositions that might inform a different decision than the one I take. But again, the big tip here is really understand who your target audience is and what your core value proposition is. This will help you make a decision as how to position yourself, how to brand yourself, and how to communicate the right way so your target audience would likely want to work with you. All right, hope that was helpful. I'll catch you tomorrow.